Wow, thank you, Amber. That is an incredible article, and I feel like it really does speak to a group of young ladies that want to serve God, and they really want to serve God as mothers and as wives, and yet God is ready to use us where we're at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul said, I wish everybody was single so they could work for God full time, and it's a hard path.
Yes,
But-
very hard.
But look at what God's done through you, done in you, and blessed you with. I think I'm encouraged, honestly, every Monday when you girls go to the jail, and where people are like, "Where's Amber?" and I'm like, "Her and my daughter went to jail." I think it's awesome that's the case. So I want to ask you guys some questions about the process, because we really do. We have readers, we have friends that are out there that have grown up hearing about No Greater Joy, and they're looking for ministry. What does that look like? And it's intimidating.
Oh, very
Right.
intimidating. Yes.
So how do you get to that place? How do you get to where you actually show up at jail? Do you just like throw a brick through a window? No,
Don't do
nobody
that.
does that.
You'll end up in
Yeah.
jail.
Wrong kind of going to jail.
And I'll see you on Monday.
So how did you get started?
So it was actually not something I was looking for at all, which is a lot of the ministries that have come up in my life, is that Adam actually emailed me one day when I was actually home on vacation, and he's like, my mother-in-law and I are doing a Christmas card for the people in jail. Would you like to help with that? And I was like, oh, sure. At this point, I had worked with Adam for over 2 years, and I had never even thought about his recovery group or his jail ministry. And so then I got to working with Mrs. Sarah, and we just hit it off really well. And she's like, I go to jails on Monday. Would you like to go with me? And I'm like, well, what do you do? She's like, I have a Bible study with the girls. And that just intrigued me. I was like, whoa. I was like, I didn't know people really did that. I had never thought about a ministry going into the jails. And so I said yes. And I was super nervous, though, because I was like, I don't know what to expect at all. Never stepped foot inside of a jail, much less getting stuck in a room with inmates. It's very intimidating. But I guess how it starts is that you just have to be willing to go when an opportunity comes up. I wasn't looking for it, but Miss Sarah's like, would you like to go? She's like, I think you'd be a really good fit. So just having, I think, people in your life that know your walk with God and how you handle different situations, they're like, I think that person would be a good fit. And so then they introduce you to that. And if you're willing to go, God's going to use it.
Yeah. One of my favorite missionaries, I went to this conference, actually met my wife at the conference. He used to say that God uses people that are already doing something.
Right.
And he would say, if you think that God might want you to do something, get up and run. And if you hit a brick wall and fall down, get up and run into it again until God either opens a door or points you at a different wall, and then run that way.
I like that.
And, yeah, he was a go-getter. So Ashley, how did you get started with Amber?
I got started actually probably my first week here. And I'd heard about it before I moved here even. I was coming to work at NGJ, and I knew that you worked here, and you had told me about her, and you're like, okay, this girl, Amber, she goes to the jail on Mondays. You need to go with her. You would love it. And I'd be like, that sounds, like your word, intriguing.
Yeah.
It sounds intriguing, intimidating. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, okay, I have to go. Like, she can't just go and me stay here while she goes. And so the first Monday, we actually really clicked while we talked about it the whole way up there, and we prayed, and I was shaking a lot when we go in, and we go through the doors, and it was an incredible experience. I got to watch her teach for the first time, and we went through Romans, and you don't think about the inmates in the jails that often when you think about, I'm going to go be a missionary, I'm going to go share the gospel. It's like, let's go overseas, let's go to Africa, And then you go in and there's people that are like right here in our county, just a couple miles from where we live, and they got to hear the gospel like for an hour, and they got to listen to Romans, and we got to pray with them, and we sang songs with them, and it just changed the way that I thought about evangelism. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So one of the things for you guys that are watching this, that you need to know is that when you think about ministry, you think about, okay, well, I'm going to go to Costa Rica. You think about the people that you're going to go to. Listen, the person that's going to change is you. God
Yeah,
wants to do
100%.
something in your life, and he wants to do it not by you sitting on a couch, sitting in your kitchen table, waiting for God to change you. He wants to do it when you say, God, I'm giving you my all. I'm going to do what you want me to do because I love you. Not because I love the people at Costa Rica or Jill. You don't even know them yet. But because I love you, God.
Yeah.
And then God's going to work in your life. If you listen to the testimony of these girls, it's them who are God's moving in a miraculous way. And God's desire for us is to go from where we're at to closer to him. That's what we're here
exactly.
for.
Exactly.
We're here to grow in the image of Christ. What did Christ do?
Exactly.
He preached the gospel to the poor.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys get to do. You get
Yeah.
to preach the gospel to the poor.
It's amazing.
So, what an
unbelievable.
encouragement. So we're going to sign off here. Ladies, I'm so proud of you both. I'm so encouraged to work with you and to see what God's doing in your life. And for those of you that are watching this, be certain that God's got something for you. And if you haven't read this article, sign up for our magazine, nogreaterjoy.org. Sign up for that magazine and get it and read this article. And then pray about what God can do, what you can do for God
Yeah.
where you're at with the people that you're around. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here at No Greater Joy Studios next time. I'm Nathan Pearl. We'll see you back.